What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Joe Culpepper Outdoors. I'm Joe Culpepper, and today, going to try to keep this one real short. We have a week and 2 days until opening day here in Georgia. That'll be the archery opener. Today is Thursday. It opens up next Saturday. I can't remember the exact date that is, but it's coming up soon here, and I know there's probably a lot of guys that are fixing to go out this weekend in other states, and probably a lot of guys that's going to go out next weekend in Georgia and other states, and continue going on from there with more opening opening dates and everything. So I hope everyone has been out shooting your bow as much as possible, really dialing in your sight tapes or your pins if you're not shooting a slider. I hope you've got your arrow setups 100% figured out, and I hope you've got some good spots, and I hope everyone has a great season. Seems like past couple years, at least down here, the people I've talked to, probably the past 2 years, 3 years have just been really bad for hunting, but hopefully this year will turn around and be just a really good season for everybody. So in these, what I would say are last minute preparations, I know we still got a little bit of time until season gets here, but if you haven't been out shooting your bow yet, I strongly suggest that you don't hunt opening day unless you've had your exact bow for a long time and you really know it well. If you're just now going to buy a bow before season, I don't really think it's a good idea to go get a bow and hunt with it in a few days. I know there are people that can do it, but I think most of us don't need to do that. So anyways, I hope all your stuff is dialed in and ready to go. And one thing I want to talk about here just for a few minutes is checking your setups exactly how you're going to hunt with them. Exactly. So what I mean by that is this is going to be one of my hunting arrows this year. This is the Victory Rip. And you see I've got a lighted nock in here already. Shoot your lighted nocks before season. If you're going to hunt with lighted nocks, put them in your arrows and check your impact points out to the furthest distance or even beyond that you are comfortable taking a deer. Whether that's 40 yards, whether that's 30 yards, 50 yards, doesn't matter. Check your impacts, because sometimes these will mess with the impact point of your arrow, because you're going from something like this, which is 8-9 grains, to these, which are about 22 to 25 grains, just depending on the lighted nock that you're using. And I have noticed with some of the bows I've shot that once you get back to 30, 40 yards or so, that these will impact slightly lower, but you need to know that before season so you can adjust your tape or your pins accordingly. Don't just assume that these are going to hit the same place. Make sure that they hit the same place. Same thing here on the front end with your broadheads. This is a G5 dead meat. I don't know that this is going to be my number one broadhead for this season, but I was going to go get some more last week. Was not able to, so I think I'm just gonna hunt with these for now. And when I run out of these, I'll go get some more. But make sure that your broadheads are flying straight. Make sure the impact is the same as your field points. You've got to do that. You can't just put these on here and assume they hit the same place. If your bow is well tuned and it's a good broadhead, they'll probably impact very, very close. But sometimes your bow is not quite as in tune as you thought it was. So just check it and make sure that your broadheads and your field points are impacting at the same place out to 40, 50, 60 yards, like I said before. Because what you don't want to happen is you don't want that deer, You know, it's the buck you've been watching all summer. He's huge deer. He's old, and he's right there at 42 yards and never shot your broadheads before. And when the shot breaks, it feels good, but it 6 inches under him, complete miss, and that deer runs out of your life forever. So check your impact points with your broadheads, with your lighted nocks, anything that is changing on your arrow coming from the off season into deer season. Check your arrows, make sure the flight is still good, make sure that the impacts are still good, and there shouldn't be too much variance, but you've always got to check that because things do happen and bows are different from person to person. So you just have to figure out what your bow is doing with you right now. So with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. And I hope everyone has a great season. I hope everyone has a successful season. Get out there, shoot your broadheads, shoot your lighted nocks on your arrows, shoot your arrows exactly how you're going to hunt with them, and make sure that when you sling that arrow at that deer this year, or the elk or moose or whatever it is that you're hunting, that it will be a good shot. Don't let the arrow you're shooting dictate, or what you changed on your arrow dictate where you're going to hit that animal. Let that be you, not changes in your setup that you never tested and made sure were right. So with all that being said, everybody, stay safe, stay in the outdoors. God bless you, and I'll catch you on the next one.